up, everybody? So today we're doing another episode, and I know I just did these. Please don't be mad at me, but we're gonna do it again. This time we're doing it with boneless short ribs from our friends at Porter Road. I'm doing something a little bit different with this cook than what you've seen previously, so I definitely want you to stay tuned, watch how this turns out. I've done this once before with a little bit different variation, so it may even surprise me how this turns out. We will see, but like I said, definitely check it out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and definitely like this post if you do it, and also let me know in the comments below what you think. Obviously any tips and tricks you got to share are more than welcome as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so first things first, I get these boneless short ribs from my friends at Porter Road. Always great quality meat, and I'll definitely put the link down in the bio so you can check them out as well. So I'm just going to put those in this pan right here. And this is actually an adaptation of a recipe from Wolfgang Puck. So, but it is a little bit different. Essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these chopped up carrots and onions. I'm going to throw these in here as well. And this is the pre-marinade, if you will. I'm going to actually marinate this overnight. So there's definitely more to come as it relates to that. I'm going to put these onions in here, chopped up onions. I'm also going to throw in some minced garlic. And then finally, last but not least, is I have this cherry cordial wine. I know, sounds weird, but trust me, you're going to have to just roll with me on this. He calls for actually a Cabernet Sauvignon, but I like this as the wine of choice, and that's what I'm going to use. So, and this is going to marinate overnight in the refrigerator, covered. I'm also going to be throwing a little bit of this cherry juice in there as well. So we're going to basically double wrap this in aluminum foil, put this in the refrigerator overnight, and then we're going to smoke this tomorrow, and I can't wait to show you how it turns out. Let's hope it turns out good. So definitely stay tuned for more. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let me know what you think in the comments below. What's going on, everybody? So today I got another video coming to you. This one's different. It's a little unique than what I did last time when I did the beef short ribs. That was a full plate ribs with the bones in them. These are going to be basically kind of smoked instead of braised ribs, but they're boneless. And they're from our friends at Porter Road, and I'm really liking the way this is going to look. This is an adaptation of a recipe from Wolfgang Puck that actually, like I said, he doesn't smoke it. It's all done on the oven, and you can still do that. And I'll put that link down in the bio as well. But I definitely want to share with you what I'm going to do with this process. So let's get into it. Alright, so first things first, my short ribs have been soaking in this wine overnight, along with vegetables, and we're going to keep that. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to basically strain it here into this bowl where I have the juices and the vegetables kept separately, because we're still going to use these. So hopefully you can see this. Can't really tell from this angle, but there we go. So I got the meat in there, and of course the vegetables still there, and then there's the juice down below. We're going to kind of use this in a very similar technique that we did last cook, although this is a little bit different. Obviously this is wine, and it has some other stuff in there. I'm probably going to put some beef broth in here as well, and then of course, you know, maybe a little bit of water, because I'm going to still use this to basically enhance the flavors on these beef ribs. And I'm also going to be using cherry and post oak on this cook. So definitely stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and definitely let me know what you think in the comments below. Alright, so today we're doing this cook on the Primo. I've had this for a while. I don't always use it. Most of the time I'm using the Blaze Kamado, but we're going to use this one today. One, because I want to show you that what it can do on another cooker. Basically I've done these before, and two, it's a little bit more offset. So anyway, this is basically the Primo. If I was in the market to buy a ceramic smoker, I would definitely consider the Primo, and the reason for that is twofold. One, I love the oval design, and then 2, they're easy to control. But for me, the oval design really gets it. You can it's got more grill space on it than say a Big Green Egg or maybe a Kamado Joe, but I really like this grill. It definitely works. I like the fact that it's got this divider plate in there, so I can set up for 2-zone cooking, which I'll be doing sort of today. Basically on the indirect with the pan, and of course the beef ribs on top. But go ahead, I'm gonna get the Prime 6 charcoal rolling in here, and then we'll go from there. Alright, as you can see, I got the Prime 6 charcoal in there. Also got some cherry wood and just small chunks, and then I got these big chunks of post oak. I always love using post oak on beef, especially beef ribs, but I also like using it on brisket. In any case, I got this Duraflame over here, so I'm gonna get this started. Alright, I like using these Duraflame fire starters. They're easy to use. Yeah, I'm not making a plug for the company or anything like that, but like I said, these just tend to work for me, and they're real easy, so that's why I use them. There's a lot of different things you can use to get these chimneys going, but these work for me. Next, putting the Prime 6 charcoal on there. The one reason I like Prime 6 charcoal, as always, is quality charcoal, but it tends to be able to be used for multiple cooks, and that's what I really enjoy about it. Like I said, now I wouldn't say it's the case for every cooker. I just know, like on the ceramic cookers and my Blaze Kamado grill, once I seal those up, there's no oxygen getting to it, so the rest of the charcoal is not going to burn up. Now sometimes on those kettles, or for instance my pit barrel, once the charcoal goes in there, I can't really do much to save it. It is what it is. It's going to dissipate once it burns up. But for these cookers, especially the ceramic and my Blaze Kamado, once I shut the oxygen off to them, there's not going to be any more getting to it, and you can still use this charcoal. So we'll let that get rolling, and then we'll move on to the next step, get that wood and charcoal rolling, and then I'll get the grill set up for these boneless short ribs. Alright, now my Prime 6 charcoal is ready to roll. Just going to basically put this over top of these just to get the rest of this wood and charcoal going, and then of course we'll go from there. I'm going to go ahead and get this set up for indirect, semi-indirect as I like to call it, and then you'll see how this process works and where I'm going to be placing the beef ribs. So a little bit more to go. Alright, we got that little divider gate there that we're going to basically put this plate on. After I put that plate on here, then I'm going to basically, without trying to burn myself, put the water pan here, and then we'll get the grill on top of that. Alright, hopefully you remember those juices that we had marinating this in, which is obviously a lot of wine, some cherry juice. We'll pour that in there, also with a little beef broth that I have in there, not much, and also of course some water to cut it, because this is actually going to steam. It's going to help keep those ribs moist. And honestly, one thing I forgot to tell you in my last beef rib post is I don't spritz anywhere during the process. I don't need to with this. It just keeps everything moist. Now you do need to come out here and check on your pan, especially these shallower pans, because you're probably gonna have to refill it, but this gets me where I need to be as far as the beginning. Now I'm just gonna put my grates over top, and then we'll get the meat ready and put that right over top of it. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you think. As you may remember, we basically marinated these boneless short ribs from Porter Road overnight in some wine. Now I'm going to season them up. I'm going to use this Guste Vitae spicy smoked sea salt, which I really like. And I'm not going to put a lot in here, just a little bit. Just get a little flavor, a little kick. And definitely get the sides where there's some fat. But yeah, this is a good sea salt to use. If you haven't checked them out, check them out in the links below. And then this one I really like, the smoked prime cut. It's really good. Adds some really good flavor to beef. Really like it. It probably works on pork and chicken as well, but I haven't really done that with chicken. I take it back, I have done it with chicken, but I haven't done it with pork. So I'm just going to season these up, and we'll get these on the smoker, and then we'll go from there. So definitely let me know what you think in the comments below, and definitely look forward to seeing how this turns out. Alright, now we got those seasoned up, got the smoke rolling in here. I'm going to go ahead and get these beef ribs on top, right above this water pan. And then of course, like I've always shown and I did in the last cook, this will help keep the meat moist while simultaneously keeping the flavor rolling. So I'm definitely excited to see how this turns out. I've done this before. It's been a minute since I've done boneless short ribs, but I think the practice itself, using the water pan, the ingredients below, it's going to help keep this meat obviously moist, and again, I think it adds flavor. So I've got everything adjusted here on the Primo. Gonna get it around 250, waiting for internal temp of obviously around 160, 165, and then I'm gonna put these into a pan with similar juices, wrap them and double wrap it in foil, and then put it back on the cooker direct until we can get that internal temp of 200 to 205. So definitely watch this process, and definitely let me know what you think, especially at the end. It's going to be a good one, and I'm definitely looking forward to showing you how it turns out. Alright, as you can see, we're right around the 165 mark. He's got a little bark to him, and definitely got that little bit of color. That pan's worked out really well though, in keeping these things semi-moist to this point. But now we're going to go ahead, get these into a pan, show you that process, and then wrap them up, and then get them back on the cooker, and we're going to go from there. So, alright, hopefully you can see what's about to go down here. I got the short ribs in here, also got the vegetables started. First things first, obviously gonna throw a little bit more red wine in here. Can't hurt it with a little red wine, right? And then I'm gonna take my little bit more of a broth mixture and throw that in there. I'm also gonna throw in just a little bit of teriyaki, not much, just a little bit. I always gotta throw in a little bit of hot sauce. I'll throw in a little bit more of that prime cut seasoning from Gusto Vitae. I'm gonna throw in some more of this broth stuff here. Try to get these all covered up. Make sure we got a good mixture. Also, gonna throw in the rest of those veggies. Remember, these are all soaked in wine too, so it's gonna add a little flavor, I'm sure, to this cook. So you can probably see what I got here. It's looking really good. I'm also gonna throw in some tomato paste, and we're just gonna get that all mixed in there too. Throw one dab over there, one dab over there, and just really get that mixed in with the other ingredients. This will help thicken over a period, but right now we're just going to go ahead and get all that mixed in there. And like I said, this should be a really good meal. If you've never made beef short ribs, I highly recommend it. Definitely one of my favorites, not only to smoke but to cook in general. I really like this cut. It's definitely fun. I still usually like it with the bone, but you know, without the bone, it's not an issue as either. Like I said, we stir this up, we get all this going. I also got some garlic in here as well. That's just going to help all of those flavors come together. And basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to double wrap this in aluminum foil, get it back on the cooker, kind of get my temperature up to about 300 so we can finish this up and get the internal temp on these up to about 205. Well, between 200 and 205. Basically, you're looking for that probe tender. So stay tuned, definitely more to come. Alright, you can see I got that pan on there. It's double wrapped in aluminum foil. Gonna get the temperature up. I actually reversed my grate so I can get this closer to the cook. And like I said, I'm actually gonna open up my ports too so we can get the temperature up a little bit too as well. Like I said, we're gonna get this rolling. Hopefully getting these to between 200 and 205 probe tender, and we'll find out what they all turn out to be, and more importantly how that flavor is. So definitely stay tuned, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you like this, and obviously let me know in the comments what you think below. Here we go. Beef ribs are pretty much done. As you can see, they're fall apart. We're gonna start with these, get them shredded up, and then we'll get them into the mixer. So yeah, didn't take much. I'm gonna go ahead and get these pulled apart, get the juices back in there too, and basically be serving these up. So hope you like how this turns out. Definitely was a fun cook. Certainly enjoyed it. And as you can see, these beef ribs look good. So definitely looking forward to getting into it, and I'll show you how it turns out. Alright, this is all soft, tender, ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and use my little hack of using the blender to kind of get these a little bit pulled apart. Another excellent meal. Turned out fantastic. Hopefully you'll check out this recipe. Like I said, it's been a fun process cooking these beef ribs, the boneless short ribs, for my friends at Porter Road, and like I said, there's nothing quite like it. So again, thanks for following. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and again, hit me up in the comments below what you think of this meal, and have a great day, everybody.